extraordinary journey into your body for this wild mystic activation. And just being with you all today, because for me, the human body, the human experience, the human journey into love, the human journey into us evolving, us embodying our soul, us incarnating here, us becoming more present with reality, us becoming masters, conscious creators of our life is an exciting, beautiful journey. It can be challenging. It can be a lot of tribulations along the way and a lot of heartbreaks and a lot of learning lessons where you get ripped apart sometimes, or sometimes you're like down on your knees, surrendering to life and like, okay, just show me the path forward. I know it's not always easy, but the journey of it is something so beautiful, so precious, and so magical and mystical if we understand, right, the reason behind it all. And so I would like to offer this activation to you today so that you can get some new coordinates, some new awarenesses within your own system, but most importantly, so you can come back to you, back to your embodied soul brilliance. So I very much look forward to taking you on this journey today. For those that don't know me, my name is Vanya Silverton. I have been an energy clearer and an energy teacher and healer for over a decade. And I love this work. I've seen a lot of beautiful shifts happen in people's lives. And I'm also a mother. And and all of life that makes me who I am, and the experience of that as well. So I look forward to being your guide today. And we have some very beautiful things coming up over the next month. So I've got a 5-day free immersion starting next Wednesday, opening her to the stars. And then we have a beautiful 9-month embodiment coaching certification and women's retreats and everything like that coming up afterwards. So the invitation is for you to come for a ride and come for a journey and come for an adventure into a beautiful world of embodying your brilliance. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And welcome to all those watching the replay as well. So let's begin. So I want to take you on a journey today. So we're going to use this like a transmission, like an activation. And so the opportunity is for you to follow my voice and let my voice be the guide, but to allow the words to come through your being and your system to awaken you, to help you remember who you are, to help bring more presence to you, and to give you some more coordinates so that you can just turn up in your life as a more powerful being. So you might feel some old stuff wanting to release from you as we journey through this. You might feel some things unlocking from you, and this is all good. You might feel some new ideas being inspired within you. You might feel new sensations coming down into your body as we awaken you and activate you. And everything that I move through you with is what I teach in my Sacred Star Coaching certification so that you can learn to do it yourself. And so, because there is a beautiful system, right? There's a system of how we awaken. There's a process of how we awaken. There are tools of learning certain tools to help us awaken. And this is what I love teaching people, is to pass the gift on to you so that you can remember who you are and the gifts that you have, so that you can pass it on to others, whether it's through your teachings or through your ability to coach other people or heal other people. It's our way of evolution. We evolve by passing on skill, right? And we evolve by mastering that skill and using it to raise the reality of not only ourselves, but those around us. And so that's my greatest wish out of this activation today, is that you step deeper into your ability to raise yourself and others, but to also know that there are skills and tools that you can learn. And I very much look forward to being your guide on that journey and that adventure. Okay, cool. Let's begin. So the reason I called this Mystic Activation for Cosmic Embodiment is because there is so much stuff out there, right? You could believe in Archangel Michael, you could believe in this god or this goddess, or you could do these types of meditations to connect to the divine, or maybe you go on a fast to connect to the divine, or some people sit there and do lots of mantras to connect to the divine. And what's happened is there has been a lot of fragmentation of people deeply, deeply desiring to return back to love and deeply, deeply desiring to have a deep connection with the divine universe, right? There's this deep desire for this, right? It's always been our human desire to reconnect back to all of this. But what's happened is that through modern life, through maybe lots of social media, there's been lots of fragmentation. And so that deep search that people have gone on, they're like, oh, we can find a little bit of it here and a little bit of it here and a little bit of it here. But it ends up fragmenting, and then people get a little bit disheartened that they haven't fully arrived in the place that they want to arrive in themselves. They haven't quite arrived in their brilliance, you know? And you might feel this, right? You might feel like, well, I know all this stuff. I've journeyed through all this stuff, but I still don't feel, I'm embodied and I've arrived. And this is what we're needing to, what I want to do today is to help you get some new coordinates. Yes, we can use meditation. Yes, we can use our mantras. Yes, we can do our yoga. Yes, we can do all these things. But I just want to give you some new coordinates to exist from so that you can tap truly into the energy of love from your body being and the divine, and then learn to embody it so that you feel always connected. So this is my wish for you for today. So the first coordinate that I'd like to give you is that you come from love. If there is anything that you are going to believe in this universe, it's that you come from love. Your origin is love and your destination is love. If we keep holding on to this awareness, the journey into our own evolution or our own life mastery becomes easier and easier and easier. If we know we come from love and our destination is love, then we're here to create love, right? And love is one of the biggest things that we master in life. And love is not like, pink flowers and sparkles. Love is brave. Love is courageous. Love has a voice. Love is revolutionary. There's a fierceness in love. And yes, there's a tenderness and a gentleness and a beauty and a sense of luxury and receptivity and all of that as well. But we have to understand that love gives birth to many virtues, right? So in all of our experiences, we are gaining virtues, right? We're gaining virtues so that we master love. Some situations that we're in require us to be super fierce, brave, courageous. Other situations we're in requires us to be compassionate and tender. And the journey of the life mastery is that we learn to use all of these virtues like a dynamic dance to know, like a tapestry, right? I'm going to use this one now and that one here and this one like this. And now I need to be courageous and a little bit compassionate at the same time. And now I just need to stand in my truth. And now I need to step back. And now I need to just hold stillness. And we're constantly weaving these virtues of life, of love, so that we master our life, right? And so this makes the journey into the human experience very interesting, right? Because not all of us have had the experience of love, right? Pure love. Even though we come from love, we might have had a lot of family, staff abuse, drama, heartbreaks that makes us feel a little bit crippled inside. And so we go on a journey to untangle all of those corruptions of love. So we return back to love so that we can use this beautiful tapestry of all these virtues to master our life. And this is an important coordinate for you to remember, because if you don't remember this, you will never truly embody your soul. The human experience will always be a little bit crazy and a little bit warped, right? So I want you to remember that your origin is love, your destination is love, and you're here to master love and create love in all your situations, right? And so love will teach you. And you know this. You'll get these whispers, right, in your system and in your body, and it'll be like, just wait. Or I think you need to voice your stuff now. Or let that person go. You don't need them in your life. Or feel that desire. Let it move you forward. And we get these whispers and feelings and knowings of how to actually be in every single situation so that we master our life. And this place is where the magic happens. This is that great mystical, magical place where we're like learning to trust this sense, this knowing, this guidance, right? We all have it. I know you all have it, right? You've all felt it. Just wait. It's okay. Go this way. Don't do that. And it moves through us. And it makes us strong when we learn to contact it and utilize it, right? Of course, right? When we've got all our other stuff going on, that beautiful voice gets muffled. It gets told, oh no, do this, or you can't do that, or we've got some little heartbreak, or some little fear, or some little unworthiness that stops us from really following through with the purity of that energy. And those are the parts that need to heal. And this is why I teach embodiment, right? Is because this beautiful, mystical, pure place needs to exist more in your life. It needs to be a stronger voice. It needs to be a stronger force guiding you and moving you through so that you can have an extraordinary adventure, right? Because once you get over all your stuff, it gets pretty wonderful. Magic happens, miracles happen, divine timings happen, chance meetings will happen because you're following the right timeline, right? You're following the right groove of energy. But it's a journey. No one is born with this crystal clear inside of us. No one is born with it just whoosh, so strong, right? We're born with this other casing over the top of it called your life or society or generational stuff or trauma or collective consciousness. But the beauty is to learn to release all of that other stuff. And we can do this so easily and so beautifully. Learn to unlock it, learn to clear it. And actually, by following that voice, you actually unlock it and clear it so that your energy has a smoother path forwards into reality, right? And we have to know this. So, this coordinate, this purity, this place of love is your most sacred part within you. It is the most precious part within you. People go on about you have to feel more worthy, or you have to be more confident, or you have to be all these things. But they forget to mention, right, that we have to contact and protect this part of us the most. And this is why we can go on a trip and a journey into healing our unworthiness forever, right? Because it's a never ending hole sometimes, right? Because if we just take the concept of unworthiness, not feeling good enough, being bullied at school, that's come from the way your mum treated you, which was the way her mum treated her, which comes back from the fact that, you come from a heritage which was, ostracized and tortured or whatever. And it's this long journey of unworthiness that you can keep going on to heal and 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 unravel. But what if we take our focus out of all that stuff and we come back to claiming, to protecting, to listening, to hearing, to connecting to this very pure part? What if we find the way to honor this part of us more and more and more and more and more? What if we learnt to cultivate it? Right? In a lot of my embodiment programs, we learn to cultivate this energy with our body. We learn to do sacred movement exercises to cultivate it, learning to move your energy up. I teach you how to hold your sexual energy as a sacred force so that you can support this part of you. What if we learnt to clear all the channels in our body and our being through our breath, with our breath work, opening it all up? What if we learnt to embrace this part of us more and more and more and more? And this, gorgeous people, is the thing we need to focus on more and more. This is the place we need to pray in. This is the place we need to feel our desires from. This is the place we need to see from. But for some of us, this beautiful, pure place is so small and tiny, or it gets so distorted by the other stuff, like, it gets wobbled or fragmented or, and it like, where is that part of me? But it's partly why you have to cultivate it. And when we do learn to trust this part of us, this is when we get to connect to the great mystery, the mystical part of life. when we learn to lean into this part of us and feel safe in this purity, this love, this divinity that lives inside of us, when we feel supported by it, then we feel stronger, then we feel safer. And it's a journey, right? It's a journey. If you've been hurt and there's been heartbreak and there's been all this other stuff, how can you, and you don't trust love, right? How can you possibly trust this place within you that is so pure of love? So sometimes it's a journey, right? To really trust it, to really cultivate it. And this point is a point that we just need to reside in and sit in more because, like I said, it connects us to the mystery of life. It connects us to that magical unfoldment. It connects us to more light particles in the universe. It connects us to more joy. It allows us to feel more peace in our life. It allows us to find the right books to read to keep us on our path. But we need to learn to protect that. And so I just invite you, and we could do so many things to cultivate this and help you connect to it and release so much stuff, right? But I think what's more important right now is that we learn to just honor this place, just know it and honor it and feel it and claim it and just hold it and be like, oh, this is a sacred part of me. This is my light. This is my guidance. This is my navigator. And just feel it. I think the best thing is to just feel it. Claim it, honor it as sacred, that you are sacred. And when we do this, we automatically create great boundaries. You know, there's all this talk about you've got to have stronger boundaries. You've got to have better boundaries. You know, there's a lot of talk, right? But when we claim this part of us as sacred, when we remember its values, when we remember its beauty, when we remember how precious you are, cultivating this part within you, and you remember you're sacred, automatically your boundaries upgrade. They automatically upgrade. Automatically, you get a layer of protection in your auric field. Automatically, that which does not resonate at this higher frequency needs to fall away. So this is the second coordinate I want to give you, is that once we hold ourselves as so sacred and so precious, we automatically protect ourselves because we've chosen what we belong to. We've chosen the energy signature which we come from. We've chosen the dimension of reality we want to play in. I hope that makes sense. So notice how precious you are. And then simultaneously, notice how it aligns you to a new frequency of reality to play in and live in, and how that automatically puts a protection energy around your auric field. And for some of you, this is really important because I feel when I feel into the fields, there's a lot of leaking of energy. There's a lot of people giving their energy away. There's a lot of people compromising themselves, right? Or being disempowered or whatever the story is. And so for you people that I feel, right, I want you to feel this sacredness inside of you. Let it expand through your auric fields. Let it be a new form of protection. And then anything where your energy is being leaked or being swayed or being moved or being manipulated or being whatever the story is, let's just ask for that all to transmute from you, release from you. So you could kind of imagine your auric field having this beautiful layer of protection, and anything that's leaking your energy, we're just going to ask for that to release and clear from you, unhook from you. And you'll know what it is, right? It's usually that person or that job or that decision. Let it all go. Let it all release. Good, 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 good. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And then anywhere where your energy is kind of you're leaking out, so you're giving your energy away unnecessarily, just let it all start to seal up and let your energy come back to you. Good. And then I want you to kind of feel, right, this beautiful protective bubble around you is you're claiming more of yourself in the universe. I claim my light as sacred. I claim this love inside of me as sacred. Therefore, I claim my body and my mind and my emotions as sacred. I claim my energy field as sacred. I claim my auric field as sacred. And you're automatically taking up more space, right, with your true light. And the more you take up space in the universe, the more your light can touch the molecules of reality, right? The molecules, the cells within your body, the atoms and molecules in your energy field, and beyond, the more your energy can permeate through reality. The more, if you hold this, you're going to notice your energy field kind of move up a vibrational level, a new dimension to play in. And that's why they say when you grow, when you evolve, situations, people that are not in alignment with you will fall away, right? That will all fall away. So I invite you to feel your light moving through your system, moving through your energy field, moving through reality, because our energy field gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger the more of our light we can embody and move through our system, which is why you get saints, people that are very bright, saints, avatars, whatever you want to call them. They have a very bright light around them because they've embodied heaven into their body, right? That's how it is. And we have the same ability as well. So let your light just shine through you. And I want you to feel your whole energy field so protected that it moves up a notch or two or three or four in frequency. So you might feel yourself kind of ascending on some level, but you're not because you're still in your body, right? But you're awakening because life is full of vibrational matches, right? So I just want you to move up. If maybe you want to move up 1,000 vibrational notches in reality, maybe you want to move up 10. I don't know, whatever the thing is for you. I just want you to feel yourself moving into a higher frequency of reality that is more sacred, a high frequency of reality that is choosing to experience love, a high frequency of reality which is choosing to honor you as sacred. And as that happens, I just invite anything that is not of your frequency, people, situations, ideas, habits, right? Sometimes it's habits, falling away from you. Let it all shift. And you might want to move your hands through your auric field and just let it all go. Let it all release. Good, right? Give yourself a shake and a wiggle. Good. And just feel the freshness of this, the freshness of new life. Because if this is all shifted and changed, how can you go back to your old stories, right? How can you go back to the old ways of you thinking or you interpreting who you are? So I invite you to, in this new phase, this new dimension, this new place of sacredness in your body temple, this new place of sacredness in your auric field, this new place of sacredness within life, this new dimension, I invite you to allow an activation or whatever teachings or codes you need to embody to come down so that you can look at yourself with fresh eyes, so that you can look at your life with fresh eyes, so that you can perceive your reality with new stories, with new ideas, with new inspirations. So I just invite you to let go of all the old broken records inside your mind, those broken records of limiting beliefs or thoughts that just keep you stuck in the other place, right? Just let it wash through you, release from you. Let a new sense of self activate through you. You might feel a lot of DNA activating. right, through your system. Because as we evolve, as we ascend, as we awaken, our DNA evolves and ascends and awakens because it can't stick with the old programs anymore because your DNA is like a living library. So can we send light through your whole DNA, all your DNA, and just release all the outdated programs that no longer serve you? Just let them go, let them refresh. And just let light come back into your DNA to activate it. Beautiful. And just take a few really deep breaths in this freshness. I've got no other way of saying it to you, but it's a sense of freshness. I want to feel fresh. I want to have new thoughts, fresher desires, more sacred experiences. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, just for a moment, just to reset before I give you the next and final coordinate in all of this, just wash yourself with some light, right? Just go up and grab some stars in the sky and just wash your body with light, or visualize the sun in front of you and just wash your body with light. Remember, there's lots of pranic light particles everywhere that just want you to wash your body with that. And you can imagine all the little cells in your body having little mouths and just drinking in all this light. Just, sometimes we just don't absorb enough light into our system. So I just want you to just pull in some light, drink it in, feed your beautiful energy body. Beautiful. Okay. Last coordinate. And then if you've got questions, I can answer your questions. So if you've holding love as a sacred coordinate inside of you, if you're holding your own being as precious, if you've expanded the light through your energy field, if we've cleared out some clutter, I would like to bring your soul force more into your body. Because, yes, we're all here to master love. Yes, our soul comes from love and it's meant to incarnate into our body so we can master love and physical reality. But your soul is so unique and so precious to you. And sometimes some of us have had difficulties finding ourselves or difficulties dealing with ourselves or difficulties working ourselves out, or some of us have felt lost and abandoned for too long, or a bit orphaned or chaotic. Maybe there's been a lot of mind stuff or hormonal imbalances, whatever the story is. And we talked about all that other stuff on top, right? Sometimes we've been living there too long as that place. And so this activation is to say, actually, let's not live there. Let's live from this sacred place, right? And so a lot of us have felt our soul coming into all that clutter and trying to work out who we are, right, in life, if that makes sense. But what I'd like to do is flip things around a little bit. Hope you're with me on this one. Sometimes I get a bit out there. And I invite your soul frequency to come into all this love and all this sacredness and all this preciousness. And I want you to have, as cheesy, as corny as it sounds, I want you to have a moment with yourself, birthing your soul into your body, honoring your soul as such a precious being, honoring this part of you as sacred. Because it's so wise. Your soul is so wise. It has your unique talents in it, your unique gifts. It's got a unique humor. It's got a unique way of wanting to dress and wanting to show up. It's got a unique dharmic path inside of it of what it wants to do. what its service is to life. It has its unique desires, which can sometimes be a little bit quirky or kooky, but it's what it is, right? And that's the thing. If we let more of our soul come through and sit in this sacred, sacred place, this precious place within us, it's going to inspire us so much more easier. It's going to give us ideas and inspirations and desires and things with so much more strength. And we want to follow that frequency more and more and more and more and more, right? Because that's what's going to lead us to our destiny. I hope I'm making sense. So I want you to feel all this light within you and around you, knowing that the divine universe lives inside of you and around you, knowing that you come from love, from inside out and from outside in. And this is the new dimension you're playing in, right? And I want you to feel your soul, your magical soul, just sitting outside of you. Just let's go with this visualization or feeling or coordinate to begin with, right? And your soul might have a color. Maybe it's blue, maybe it's rainbow, maybe it flashes different things. Maybe it just hasn't got a color but a feeling. Maybe there's no feeling or seeing, but there's a knowing that it's there. So whatever it is for you, we interpret and pick up things all very differently, right? So I just want you to feel the presence of your soul behind you. And I just want you to notice how capable your soul is and how big it is and how extraordinary it is and how wise and so intelligent it is. It's a force. Like literally, I'm feeling your soul standing behind you like a force of nature. So just feel the force of nature of your soul standing behind you. Ooh, so strong. And it might feel really big. Just feel, how big does that force of nature, your soul, does it feel really tall? Does it feel really wide? The moment my soul's feeling like a man. Maybe it feels like something, who knows? Okay. But let's invite your soul into your body. Let's allow your soul to incarnate into your body. Like just let your soul force take more position within your body. Let your soul force activate your DNA. So your DNA up levels and upgrades, but it up levels and upgrades to your uniqueness so that you can feel more of yourself. Let your soul force move through your bones, you might want to run your hands through your body. Let it run through all your arteries, your capillaries, your nervous system, your what else we got in the body? Cells. Let it just run through you and just let it come in and just be strengthened by it. When I feel my soul coming into my body more, I just feel more me and just stronger. It's quite simple, but there's a clarity in it. It's not like it's chatting away to me. It's a clarity. It's like, this is who I feel myself. I feel my bones. I feel me in my body. Just let it come in until you feel more clarity and stronger and more present in your body. And just welcome it in. Hello. And just notice how sacred and precious your soul is. Such a powerful, sacred part of you. And like I said at the beginning, we can get so distracted with all this other stuff, right? But we don't spend enough time honoring our soul birthing into our body. We don't spend enough time honoring our soul birthing into love. And just like a mother would wish that when her child is born, that child gets born into love, that child gets born into goodness. It's the same deal. I want my soul to be birthed in my body and born into the dimension of love. I want my soul to be birthed in through my body and born into the dimension of peace, whatever it is. And through that, we reorganize our relationship between our soul and our body and reality. Does that make sense? So just spend a moment organizing or birthing or choosing, whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to place hands on heart and belly. Of I embody my soul and I birth it into love, into my body and into love, I embody my soul and I birth it into my body and into peace. I embody my soul and I birth it into my body and into joy. And when we know this, that the soul, the body, and your life are choosing to live in the same frequency of love, the same frequency of joy, abundance, peace, like all three together, right? That's when we become masterful, right? Because our soul's not out here and our body's not stuck in all that stuff and our life doesn't feel like, oh my God, nothing's happening. We've chosen to bring all those three components together to operate from the same zone. So can we reorganize, align your life, your body, your reality to be sacred, to be precious, to operate from the same space of love, to operate from the same space of, or the zone of peace, to operate from the same zone of abundance, to operate from the same zone of joy. And just take a few deep breaths to allow that. And then that brings us to complete this whole activation. Because I just want to recap a little bit. When the soul is in the body, the soul comes from love, right? Or joy or whatever. The soul is in the body. That means that the thoughts and the mind and the feeling and the sense can come from love and joy and abundance, which means that life then starts to reflect that back. If you have all these three things operating from the same frequencies, and it takes time sometimes just to notice it, right? If I know that every moment of my life is operating from joy, peace, and love, or abundance, whatever words you want to use, right? It's all the same thing. Then I know that every experience I have, I know that every thought I have is returning me to love, peace, joy. So even if there are challenges that might wobble me or disturb me, I'm like, great. I know that this challenge or this situation or this crazy person is going to teach me, make me more wise, make me smarter, make me more aware, make me listen deeper, so that I return this situation to love, peace, and joy and abundance, right? And so everything starts to coalesce. Every experience, every person, every situation keeps coalescing back to love, peace, and joy and abundance. And all I get is this like tube torus. I don't know if you know the tube torus, and we kind of have this structure that runs through our body where it comes down and up and around. And it's self-feeding, right? It's self-generating. So that every experience I have in my life, every thought I have is going to advance me so that I return back to love, peace, joy, and abundance. And that's how we grow, and that's how we evolve. And that's how we bring heaven to our body and into our life. And so, in order to, and actually just receive all that information first before I give you the next bit. Just let all those codings and those teachings and that transmission come through you. It's beautiful. Take a few deep breaths, because breath work, breathing is a very good way to reset things and bring presence. And the final piece is to play with all of this. So if you know these coordinates that are inside of you, anything you read now is like, well, how is this returning me back to love, peace, and joy? How is this making me more smarter to incarnate more into reality? Every challenge that crosses your path. How is this challenge? What is it teaching me? What's the lesson here? What's the virtue? What's the thing that I'm meant to learn so that I can master my life here? And also simultaneously, what are all the gifts, the knowledge, the wisdom that I already have within my system, because I already have everything I need to master this situation? How can I apply all of that? All right, same situation with other people. When we recognize this, we're no longer the victim, right? We're now the leader. We're empowered. We're the conscious creator of our reality. And it's a beautiful, beautiful position to have and to come into. So just feel and notice all this. You might want to let your brain awaken. You might feel old neural pathways wanting to have a little stretch inside your body to go, oh, there's a new way. You might want to feel your heart expanding, letting more of your beautiful soul come in so that you feel more present in your body. You might want to feel your soul in your toes, knowing this, actually, every step I take, I'm walking this path. Beautiful. Let me know how you're going in the chat. I'd love to know. And let me just see if there's any more coordinate points I need to give you. I think the last thing is just, it's an adventure and it's joyous. But we have to go on this journey of embodying our soul more and more and more. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Otherwise, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to hear all these things. You can have this, and you can have your dream life, and you can have millions of dollars, and you can, and if you do this, and if you do that. And this is all just flashing up of that old dimension stuff. And then you go follow it, and then you're like, oh, but it's not working, right? The key is this. This is the key. And then from there, you can create and magnetize and manifest all this other stuff. But you've got to get this coordinate right? That you come from love and you're returning everything to love. That you're sacred and precious. That you honor this light that's inside of you. You honor yourself, birthing your soul into more and more everyday life. And you play with life to evolve you to the next level. And then you'll become masterful, and then you'll step into conscious creation. And then the magic is you're playing with the universe then, right? You're playing with the living matrix. And then eventually it's like, all right, I'm quite clever. I'm quite wise. I've arrived, right? Let's play with this. Let me see if I can manifest this now, or I want this experience, or let somehow make this happen, universe, because you've got more interaction with the molecules of reality because you're playing in a dimension that is much easier to create and manifest from, right? Because you know what you're creating and manifesting. Otherwise, you end up creating and manifesting from your ego or an out of aligned desire. And of course, it's not going to work. But trust me, the universe won't play with you at the level you want it to play with you at, right? Because I know you all know that you're amazing conscious creators and you can have anything you want, right? I know you know that. And that's part of the drive. But the universe won't play with you at that level unless you get the basic coordinates and lessons in place. Because being a true conscious creator is a very, very powerful position. And to have true power requires a lot of wisdom. It requires a lot of compassion. To have true power, it requires a lot of vision. It requires a lot to really be in alignment with power. And in order to have that power, we have to graduate to get there, right? So, yeah, just know that. Yeah, let me know how you are going in the chat. I'd love to know. And these are just coordinates. This journey of unlocking and unraveling all this stuff is a journey and a process. But it's important we do it, all the stuff and the fact that we don't have joy, whatever the story is. Because the more you unlock all that stuff, the more your soul incarnates, right? Because all this other stuff's just taking over position, which is why I offer my embodiment coaching certification, right? It's coming up. We begin in March. Come. Even if you don't want to be a coach, it's going to be amazing healing for yourself. If you want to be a coach, it's going to give you a certification to be a healer and coach. If you want to go and be a teacher or leader, it's a very genius modality in itself. It's amazing. Come and explore that. To get to these levels, it takes time and practice, and some of us do need to go on a deep journey and be supported and held through that birthing of the soul, right? So this is available to you. I also have a 5-day free immersion coming up on Wednesday. Come and join that. That will go through go deeper into embodiment. What I've just given you today is just little like a coordinate, right? A direction. But there's more depth for you to come with me if you're wanting to really, really learn. So I've got a 5-day free immersion next week. And then we have the Sacred Star coaching certification, which is beautiful and genius and beyond transformational in so many ways. But yeah, let me know how you are in the chat. I would love to know. So we have, and if you've got questions, we have people, yes, they're getting what I'm trying to say. We have Michelle. I felt so much light entering my body. Loved it. Beautiful. We've got Taslina. This is amazing. Thank you so much. If we're embodying our soul, we are living our core essence. Absolutely. I'm finding all this manifestation threads on Facebook exhausting and have stopped engaging. Yeah, totally. It's going to exhaust you because it's not coming from the right place. Now, don't get caught up in my last bit I said about being the conscious creator. That's the direction. And it's a powerful point. But you got to know how to keep yourself sacred and precious and cultivate this light first, because it will serve you to really hold that power position of a conscious creator and manifesting. This is way more important. It will lead you to your path. The more light you have in him, the more divine timings you can have, the more synchronicities. It's just a gorgeous path. And oftentimes people have this linear manifestation, like manifest this and you'll have this. It's very linear. But if we tap into the great mystery of life and infinite universe, well, there's a lot more available to us if we don't control things, right? Thank you, beautiful and deep. It was very deep. Sometimes I feel like, am I going too deep for people? Like, am I being too much and too deep and too yeah. One, I'm feeling more clear and expansive. Love the fresh energy that came through. Good. Michelle, makes so much sense that these coordinates to direct me even in difficult situations. Yeah, you have to have these coordinates. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff out there. Find these right coordinates, keep coming back to it, and then life will get simpler and easier and clearer. Joanna, I really feel I should fast today after what we did was amazing. Thank you. You're so welcome. And we have, I'm feeling really good, being connected to the consciousness to us all, just tuned in on time. Beautiful. I feel like a new being, felt pulsations coming through my throat. Living in divine guidance. I guess I have a bigger picture for vision. I'm going through a challenging time right now. It's actually putting me on the edge. Feels scary and painful. How do you come back to joy from this? You have to build your own internal core strength, right? Build your internal core strength. Come back to what you know is true, right? Build yourself, and from there you'll feel stronger to deal with all the situations. Thank you. Having our own coordinates, we're living our own truth and not others' prescription of how we live should be. Exactly. Which is the beauty. I'm going to plug my Sacred Star certification again. This is the beauty of my Sacred Star coaching. It puts people back into their truth, their power, their abilities. People's channeling abilities have opened up through the course. It's been amazing. People have stepped into their power. I'm a person that's like, you have to, once the body awakens, once you embody your soul, you step into your power, your truth, your coordinate, your connection to the universe, your knowing, right? That's what's key here. And that's what this Sacred Star certification does. It's amazing. And you can use it to reapply it to teach, to coach, to write copy, to write a book. I mean, it's just magic to channel with. It's a magic system. And we're learning more about it next week with the opening her to the stars. Quero, I just wanted to share with you that my 104-year-old grandpa told me that our mind is a powerful weapon. And as the only one in charge, he didn't know how to read or write. He just knew it. Yeah. Clever man. I think anyone who lives to 104, there's some wisdom there because their body's still going and working, and he's obviously very conscious. So I'm sure he's got some more wisdom to give you. Feel amazing. Amazing, amazing. Is there anything else I can tell you? I think I'm reading through everything. Okay. Beautiful people on Instagram and Facebook. We've got 2 things going on here. Thank you. Welcome. Like what I've given you, the coordinates, go back to them. Understand that. Even if you just go back and just understand what the 4 coordinates are, and you just keep practicing them and finding a way to experience it. You might experience one of the coordinates through dancing or through prayer or through whatever. Like you've got to find your way, right? It's your way of doing it. But I just wanted to give you a strand or a thread so that the chaos that's out there can just fall away, because there's a lot out there. I know, because I've gotten tangled up in a lot of it. And then you're like, oh, right, okay, let's come back to myself and what's true. Yeah, I feel like I want to make this place my home despite all life's challenges. You have to, because, life's challenges are always going to be there. I wish I could tell you it gets easier, but doesn't get less challenging. It gets easier when you hold your light, with your truth, your energy. It gets easier because you're allowing your wisdom to come through. You're knowing how to work through situations, and it's easier and it's fluid, and you get less triggered, and you know what to do, and you're more empowered to say things. But the universe still wants you to grow. It still wants you to evolve. So the challenges will still come, but they'll come in more beautiful, more interesting ways, right? Ways that are going to support more peace and love and abundance so that you grow. But the challenges will always be there. But that's how we grow and we learn. But the challenges become less tiring, less dramatic, less defeating, right? They become more interesting, more, oh, how are we going to play with this one? Or, oh, that's a nice, interesting idea. Where's my true alignment in all this? That's what we need to let go of, and that's what we need to keep, and this is what we need to say. And it becomes more of a dynamic play because the universe is wanting you to evolve. You're wanting yourself to evolve and grow. And which is why I left you with the last point of like, to be powerful, it requires, to really own our power, it really requires a lot of us to live in mastery, And so every situation, every challenge is making you more masterful, making you wiser, stronger, braver. So embrace it, warrior. Embrace it. Embrace it. Amazing. Cool. People. Someone just asked me what the 4 quadrants are. It's the coordinates. I gave some coordinates in this live, just some things that you can align your life to. So grateful for this live. I really needed to hear this. Yeah, there's a lot in it. People, beautiful, gorgeous people, thank you for being on this journey. So many familiar faces. I see you all next week on Wednesday. We begin our free immersion, 5-day, opening her to the stars. Come along to that. It's going to be magic. And yeah, until the next exciting chapter of us connecting and uniting. Yeah, Joanna's seeing us on Wednesday. Beautiful. It's going to be good. It's going to be deep. And yeah, because in these lives, I can only do so much, right? I don't want to overwhelm people. But I guess you're all with me on this. I see you Wednesday. And I look forward to just journeying with you in this amazing place that we call love. Woohoo! All the love back to you. Yeah. It's funny, we get these like energy circuits that kind of happen on these lives, like this little vortex of people get created, and it's a nice little bubble. So people, have an amazing weekend. Enjoy. I have got school holidays now, so I'm going to do all sorts of school holiday things with my daughter. We've got circus, we've got walks in the park, we've got making love cakes on Valentine's Day. We have, what else we got going on? Play dates. It's just the mum juggle this week. And in the middle of it, finding my center and my joy and my connection to deliver, opening her to the stars with you, and welcome you more and more into my Sacred Star certification. At this point, get curious, go and explore. There's so much there, go and explore it all. Amazing. People, kisses. The light within me bows to the light within you. The sacredness within me bows to the sacredness within you. My soul bows to your soul. The love of the universe bows to all of us as we bow to love itself. So Mother, Father, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, our families, the winds, the waters, the earth, the sea, the lands, the birds, the bees, the trees, the sun, the moon, the stars, the sky. We thank you for who we are and who we are all becoming. Bye.